Wow! welcome. This is the Gaming Up North Ramblecast, YouTube edition. Hey Adam, do your best YouTube face. My engagement scores. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I am Jake, one of your hosts, and I'm joined as always by my lugubrious co-host, Mr. Adam Ashbridge. How you doing, Adam? We're on YouTube. What the hell's all this crap?
It feels strange, doesn't it?
It does a bit, but it seems to be working. I'm sure the wonderful chat would tell us if it wasn't working. But yes, if anyone doesn't know what we do, we're the most glorious arm of Nerdy Up North who does the stupidest videos. We're normally on Twitch, but we decided because it's like a talk show, why not do it on YouTube where all the talking happens and the videos. Because there's no video games tonight except in our minds and conversations.
Mind freak.
But yeah, so Adam, how have you been doing this week? I heard you've been going back to the gym, son, boy.
I've been lifting them weights, boy. Mainly because I want to get like proper hench, but it's been more for mental health purposes. So I haven't been for a week. Well, over a week now because I had an injury. I did too many reps on one of my arms, and I basically like ruptured the tendon in my bicep that like joins your bicep to your forearm.
That sounds horrifying.
It was awful. But it's going back to normal now. I'm fully straight in my arm. Because before it was just like it was like this for like a week. It's not a funny position to have my hand there. Wasn't it?
What power level do you think you're back up to? What percentage?
I think 100%. I reckon.
Oh, he's gonna punch through the universe.
But yeah, like so, I'm gonna try and go back like tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, like, how's that been working out with the whole, like, mental health stuff? Do you think it has been helping?
Oh, yeah, it's literally, like, the first time I went, after 4 years of not going, I was about halfway through the session, and I was there with one of my friends, Jay, not Jake, Jay.
Shout out to other Jay people out there.
Yeah, cool lad. We were doing some reps on something, and then I started laughing, and he was like, "What are you laughing for?" And I was like, "This is the first day in months where I haven't had any symptoms of anxiety whatsoever."
Oh, that's
literally
excellent.
After like 45 minutes of working out,
yeah,
I totally like not even been thinking about the way I was feeling. It was just like lifting, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And the thing is with me, right? Everyone who I work out with in the past has said it, and people who've seen us like in the gym. I've got this weird thing where as soon as I start lifting weights, it's like I've got a natural steroid in my system. So it's just like I get instantly like ripped and like proper swole, like and vascular.
You've got the look, as Vince McMahon would say.
Yeah, I've got the look, guy. Well, he loves me. I'm a big lad, you know. He would have loved me, but I don't want.
He would have loved you too much. That's the problem.
You got bad issues, Adam.
Be my son. Well, that's awesome. So what you're saying is I should start working out again, instead of being all cold and being like, no, I'm not gonna move. I need to conserve my energy.
That's the thing, right? After every session I've done in the gym, I wear a vest top, obviously, because like gotta have the guns out. But I've been that warm afterwards that it's been like raining and cold and stuff, and I've been that hot I haven't put like my hoodie back on, so I'm just like roaming the streets for the bus like after the gym, like with just a vest top on. Like, well, I've got trousers on. All right.
Didn't let anyone tell you any different.
I fucking told you.
But yeah, so you're just like, that's the Sunderland Hulk I've been hearing about, roaming the bus stops.
Yeah, I took the car over the other week in Tesco car park, man. Bullshit.
Getting into trouble.
You know, that crisis game where you can do like the power kick.
Yeah,
like that.
Well, I think I had an interesting thing that happened today. It's not as impressive as going to the gym or anything. One of my light bulbs exploded today, right above me.
Oh, you've been using like that. There was mind powers again, like the burst things.
Possibly. It was fucked up, man, though. The light bulb exploded and popped out of the metal thing, so then the screw bit was stuck inside. I've got the offending article right here. The little bastard came right out, and I was just like, yeah, no broken glass anywhere, but it might have been mind powers.
That reminds me, Jake, can you remember in college when those fluorescent lights had been put in the bin outside?
Oh, how could I forget this?
And was it Liam Evans?
To a name names.
Yeah.
And that damn Chris Harris.
And we called him Worm, right? Because he was tiny, bless him. We were having a sword fight with the fluorescent light, and they smashed it, and a bit stuck in Jake's face.
Yeah, and I got color hardware that day. But I will say that the whole fault of that was 40-year-old virgin when they smashed light and tubes on each other. It all looks like good fun.
Yeah, and like because we hit the things and then it smashed, and then you were just like, oh, and I was like, oh, and then there was just like blood running down your face.
Oh yeah, it was
oh shit.
It was a stream. There's lots of stuff in your face. It turns out.
Yeah, there are lots of them vessels and like in your cheeks and that.
But I just had to go. This was in Shiny Row College as well, like right outside the back doors where people used to smoke cigarettes, and I just had to go into the bathroom. And just bleed in a sink for a while.
Oh,
and then we went to lessons.
If I remember rightly, that was the same day. That was on a Friday,
probably.
I think, and that was the same day that I was that hungover that I ate loads of packets of butter out the college cap.
Yeah,
just get.
It was a what did you call it? An impressive day for both of us that day.
It was. Oh god.
So yes, so that's I'm about as close to a backyard wrestler as any of you are gonna
Yeah,
meet.
you're basically nerdy up north's Terry Funk, aren't you?
Kind of.
Now listen here, boy.
There is sometimes when I'm wondering how I'm still going after all the stuff we do.
After all the gym stuff and that, I'm seriously thinking about like going into indie wrestling.
A late like a Batista run, like when you're gonna hit 40.
Yeah, well, I'm 37 this year. If I do some training and that, I already know the business inside out, man. Like,
yeah, it's an intriguing dragon to chase.
It is. My problem is though, I've been watching too many Will Ospreay matches, and I am not short enough or agile enough to do a Spanish fly off the top turnbuckle.
No, you'd give it a good go.
I did find something out interesting about Will Ospreay, though. We'll move on to something else after this.
Yeah, no,
I always
go for
thought, like, I've always liked him. Cool,
yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Will Ospreay is like one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. Like a savant, like a gymnastic savant in the ring.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I was watching an interview with him, and he's just recently, in the last few years, been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and like really severe dyslexia.
Right.
So he can't read or write, but he has got like that savant quality with wrestling. He's been told that by like everyone he's worked with, and he was like, "Oh, I just thought nothing of it."
And there's a lot of stuff in wrestling to hyperfixate on. Let's face it.
Yeah.
It's
doing a shooting star press off the top turnbuckle while someone's lying over the top of the apron, and you have to land on them perfectly.
Yeah, think of the
Like
mind calculations that have to go on constantly.
Yeah, and what's also even more awesome, if there's any wrestling fans here, at the next pay-per-view, Will Ospreay is fighting Bryan Danielson.
Oh, no way, dream match. Very different styles, though. I can imagine, because Brian's in his heel era again, I can imagine him wanting to like ground him immediately and be like, no audience, we're slowing this one down, and get all the boos going.
No, but that's the thing. No matter who Will works with, he can get a good match out of them. Like, but now they've been doing some really cool promos back and forth on AEW recently, and it's been like
excellent. Chris is asking what your wrestling name would be. I've got one in the tank. I don't know if you've got any thoughts.
I haven't thought that far.
Adam Smashbridge. Oh, wait, actually, that's a bit in the news. Sorry about that.
Well, the thing is, Paul would get to see me topless if I wrestled.
Yeah, unless you wore a singlet.
No.
That's what I would wear.
No, I know you would, because you're a trash man.
He'll smooth out all the lumps and bumps. I don't know. I don't think I could pull off the one arm one though. That's like for legends like Andre the Giant and Danny DeVito. Like I don't. Yeah, I don't know if I could pull it off. Big trash man, Paul White.
But also, Jake would have to be my manager.
Yeah, I could do that really well. Just annoy the crowd. I mean, I do it enough in these videos, annoy the audience on purpose.
You'd be my advocate. You'd be like my Paul Heyman.
And I could be on the green screen with the like on the Titantron, like.
Oh, then Sonic would have to show up.
Yeah,
crossover.
What people don't know, if no one's watched wrestling, we're just ripping off like baseline wrestling stories. Adam's gonna look in the mirror and see me in there instead, and see Sonic
in the mirror. Vince McMahon's just a mirror. Anywho,
Adam's the 10th wonder of the world, says Paul. I'm glad you added China in there. You respected China on the number of wonders.
Yes, true that.
Gotta do it.
We need some Iron Brew.
What? Oh, that's a different gimmick. We don't drink Iron Brew on this show. We drink toilet water, fresh out the cistern. Or the bowl.
Why is mine pink? Shit.
Yeah, you know why it's pink. I've been lifting too much at the gym.
He's pissing meat juice out like that's it. Just,
you can really taste the bowl.
Oh no.
Go on, choke it down.
You can tell we've been away for a bit because like me hyperbrain's just all over the place, like
the mind freak is out of the cage, everyone.
I nearly dislodged me jaw just,
You know what I was thinking as well, like I don't have a good way to move into the news. I feel like we need like a news jingle or something.
Oh shit.
All I've got here is weird sound effects, like the news.
Straight into your earholes.
That might do. That was a good clean take. We can get that as an MP3 for next time. Okay. We're here with the video game news. We're gonna skip what you've been playing and all that stuff, because I haven't been playing anything apart from lots of Mario games, which all of you guys in the chat sat with me and watched me play. So I got nothing new to add on that, apart from Mario 3 is harder than I remember and a little bit more annoying than I remember. But I'm excited that I'm on Mario World because I do really like that game.
Yes, you do.
So, sticking with Nintendo, this wasn't intentional, but the first news story that I wrote down, and I write these down as and when they happen during the week. Because a month, it's a lot to condense a month. Like, and the way the news cycle goes so quickly now online, and you know, discourse on social media, no one's really talking about the stuff from early month. It's like 2-3 days max, and then people move on to something else. So Nintendo was in the news for suing the maker of a Switch emulator, which is Yuzu, I believe. So when I first wrote this down, it wasn't like nobody knew what was happening other than like, holy crap, they're suing a Switch emulator, because their story was there's no way to like legally use this software. Like its only use is to pirate Switch games, which kind of makes sense.
Fair enough.
So a couple of days after I wrote this down, they ended up settling out of court for $2.4 million.
Whoa. Jesus.
So it's an interesting one, because this settled, so Yuzu knew they were doing wrong, and it sounds like what happened was they were folding in a bunch of like software and games that they shouldn't have been, because if people don't know, an emulator is basically a computer program that is pretending to be a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation. So what you're supposed to do is be like, this is just code. This is just the code that was inside a Super Nintendo. There's no games included, and there's no like system. You know, like how the PlayStation has a menu that it boots into if you don't put a game in. Like that's not included. Again, you have to like pirate that or dump it from your own console or games, which is kind of hard, but doable. Yeah, we got all the dumps on this show. So yeah, like Nintendo's argument is sound. Like technically, with the Switch still being out, what can you do with a Switch emulator? Because like I can't buy Super Nintendo games, like, you know, new, and just be like, I'm supporting Nintendo. Like that's just secondhand stuff. Therefore, if I need, you know, if I'm playing it on an emulator, I don't feel like guilty or like I'm like ripping off somebody, or like, you know, the hard work and the sales are already long gone. But yeah, like I don't know how you feel about this stuff, or how much you've dug into like pirating or emulating games or like over the past, but like it kind of sucks, because it's nice to have digital copies of things, especially when like games can be taken down. But I don't think you can be too mad at this, because it sounds like they were being pretty blatant and taking money as well. Like they weren't doing this for free.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, if you were using an emulator yourself, you wouldn't be like doing it for any monetary gain, really, would you? So,
no,
like,
and you usually don't pay for them, because people know that's how you get like on the radar for the big companies.
So they've brought it on themselves, really. But I can see, well, I can only see Nintendo's side on this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yes, fair enough. It's nice that people will be able to play these Super Nintendo games and stuff, but for free.
And this was Switch as well, so there were you could basically emulate like, you know, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and also it sounds like they had that up and running before the game actually dropped. Like somehow they got a hold of like the game files.
So to me, that says like someone who was working for Nintendo at the time.
Yeah.
Or like had just really good at hacking.
Had a good link so they could get like early review copy. But yeah, it sounds like they were a bit blatant, and like I say, they were taking money on a Patreon, and they must have, if they've settled for this amount, they must have some way to pay it. But effectively, this ends Yuzu's emulation software. Had to be taken down. You can obviously still get copies because people can upload them anywhere. Yeah, I think like what's going to need to happen is in the future, someone's going to have to resurrect Switch emulation once the Switch is dead and you can't, you know, do that stuff anymore. But until now, that's another company crushed by Nintendo lawyers.
Yeah, it seems to be a running thing with.
They're very heavy-handed, I will say that. I'll just try not to get on the bad side.
Well, I mean, when you look at Nintendo's history, they're like, I know, like they've never had the best console.
Yeah,
but it's nostalgia value for people, isn't it? It's like all the things that Nintendo has brought out over the years from the beginning.
Yeah,
has been in people's top lists of games like forever. So like I can see why they don't take these things lightly, because it's their legacy at the end of the day, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, and there's like a thing about having to protect your copyright, otherwise otherwise the judge might be like, well, you didn't care about this like 10 years ago, so why are you bringing it up now? But yeah, Chris is saying so much media has been kept from being lost because of emulators and speedruns and stuff. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's good, but it's hard to make that argument when it's like, oh, but you just wanted to play like Zelda on your PC like for free. But hopefully
for like 40 quid.
Hopefully there is still people out there who are like, you know, backing up these games, because, you know, code gets lost on occasion and stuff like that. Sometimes games disappear, and if someone's dumped a copy, that's the best you can do.
This is like comment deleted by Nintendo.
No gods, no masters. We're not scared of any company here at Gaming Up North.
Well, apart from Nintendo, please don't sue us.
I haven't done anything to be sued apart from use emulators. But I don't think there's many games I've played that I haven't actually bought before. So.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They owe me.
They owe you.
This next one's kind of like, again, it's like a twofer where like a story got added like maybe a week later. So like the first thing I'd wrote down was Baldur's Gate 3, which is the is it Larian Studios or Larian? It's their like D&D like video game, which is out on PC and I think PS5. So what they've said is, oh, maybe it's out on everything digitally, but what they've said is the discs are coming out for the Xbox, and it was like, oh, cool. You know, a physical version, you know, that can be safe in your collection if the store ever goes down. But what they did say was Baldur's Gate 3, if it ever comes out, is going to be 4 discs on the Xbox Series X.
4 discs.
We're going back to PlayStation times.
One of them's just like, not like, there was always one disc where there wasn't any point in it. It was just like,
it was like the final boss or something.
Yeah, it was like 300 megabytes of data or something. Just like,
Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of dialogue, like recorded dialogue, and apparently more cutscenes than like Game of Thrones' entire runtime. And it's like, so I can understand what's happening with that, why it needs 4 discs, but that is ridiculous. And I kind of want to see what the case looks like. Is it going to be like one of those like fat DVD box set cases where you get the weird swingy arm in the middle on like the hinges? But like I was saying about the twofold thing, then came slightly worse news for fans of Baldur's Gate. Larian was saying, oh, we're not going to make any of the DLC for Baldur's Gate 3 or Baldur's Gate 4. Like, we were contracted to make Baldur's Gate 3 and we've done it, and now we're moving on. And like, you know, Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro, you know, like the D&D company is like that's all they hired us to do. And then all the fans were like, oh, like we assumed DLC, like, you know, and stuff like that. And Larian are just like, we're fine with it. It's like, it was what we were contracted on to do. And to be honest, they must have been like grafting on this thing for years and years. Like, you might not always want to do the DLC for the game you've just spent like an entire studio spent years on.
I mean, isn't there more like narrative aspect in it than like a season of Game of Thrones or something, or the whole of Game of Thrones or something like that?
Yeah.
The right thing?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But like, so I either might just be like burned out and like I'm fine actually. But I think we're in that sort of time period where people are like, I want more of my game. I want to play this game forever. And it's like, no.
Well, you can't, right? Stop it.
Like, you can, but you're not going to get new content forever. It has to stop at some point.
Yeah, because it's just not how the gaming industry works.
Yeah, also, like, just try something else. You never know what you might discover as your favorite thing. Because, like, remember when I was, like, deep into, like, Monster Hunter, and I probably...
Yes, I watched you play that a couple of times, like, at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, God, it was pandemic style, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, I think I played that for, like, I got up to or past 150 hours or something.
Yeah.
And then like the end game got a bit grindy, and I was like, okay. And then like the more I thought about it, I was like, that was an excellent 150 hours. I'm happy about everything that happened there. It's one of my like new most favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's cool. Like I've had a giant like experience. It doesn't need to be my life. Like I don't need to keep playing it forever.
It's not your personality.
I didn't play the sequel, like the next game either, because I was like, I've had my fill.
That's on Game Pass, I believe. I was going to ask you if it was any good, but you haven't played it, so.
Rise.
Yes.
It's more anime.
Yeah,
like
looked it,
so it's like less. It's less like, you know, super graphics and more like. But I think it was a Switch game to start off with, so if that tells you anything.
Is Monster Hunter Capcom? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Which would be why that you like Capcom in general.
It seems that way. I think I just like the gameplay most of the time. But
yeah, it did seem smooth, that game.
It took me a while to get into Monster Hunter, but then once I was in, I was like, this is excellent. It's just enough like, you know, like grind for items and have exciting battles just to keep you like wanting to keep going back.
I always remember one of the battles you were having and you were really struggling, and then this guy just appeared like out of nowhere, and he just like helped you like kick this monster's ass, and I was just that's like proper epic, that, because he just appeared out of nowhere, just like
just
bang.
that was the awesome thing about the online, because you would like, it wasn't, you could like matchmake into like a room, I think. No, only if you were like friends or like new people. But in the missions, you would like fire off an SOS flare, so it was actually like calling for help, and then like, you know, the matchmaking would happen, and you could like start fighting if you wanted, or like wait for everyone to get there. I loved it.
Yeah. Or well, sort of like Helldivers, that as well. Like Helldivers 2. Where me and Goodwill may be playing that at some point.
You guys should.
Yeah.
You could do that next week when we're having a weird pre-recordy, because we're at a horror convention for Nerdy Up North kind of day.
Yeah, well, it's funny because my brother-in-law plays it. That's the reason I got it anyway. But you've met Max. He just says whatever he wants, doesn't he? And I says, oh, we should stream it one time, and he was like, no, I'll get stacked from my job.
That is a worry.
Yeah, because he's got a really good job, and he can't be losing that.
Yeah, that's why I try and be careful about what I say.
Yeah, because he's not. He doesn't think about what he's saying. That's the problem. He doesn't think about the consequences afterwards. He just blurts it out.
You know, not everyone on Nerdy Up North videos thinks about that either. But I try to.
Yeah, same.
Not that I have any crazy horrible thoughts that can't be aired. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
You never know who from work is watching.
Well, it's funny as well because Alice said she was going to watch tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, I'll have to think about what I'm going to say. You're only 13. And he was like, oh, no, I'll just have it on in the background so you get a view. Bless her.
Oh, super. We love that. We love tiny views. Lurkers. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So she's going to have it on in the background in her bedroom while she's listening to music. So
okay. That counts for me. So
for me as well.
I did have a couple of things about Capcom on the list. I didn't mean to talk about Monster Hunter, but apparently they've raised everyone's wages at like some of their studios and stuff, which is actually some good news coming from video game companies, because normally we're talking about layoffs and stuff like that. And the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is Capcom related, Dragon's Dogma 2 related, something that I think you're gonna love. There is live action meat in the video game Dragon's Dogma 2. Finally, there is a game with enough meat for Adam. So this is like literally when you're in the game and you make like a camp for the night and you like go to cook food. Normally in video games, it would just either be like an animation or, you know, you would just end up with a cooked meal that you'd like crafted together. But in this, instead of animating something, the developers were just like, how about we just film ourselves cooking and then we'll put that in the game. And a couple of people said that was like, shockingly to me, a few people online were saying that was lazy, and I'm like, what the hell are you even talking about? Like, that's genius. Like, when game development costs so much and takes so much time, why wouldn't you put like just an MP4 in there of a sizzling steak?
Makes sense, like.
Yeah, that's what I thought immediately.
Totally unrelated.
Go for it.
I'm looking at the news on my phone as you're talking, just to make sure we're getting everything in. And my phone's just give us a notification from Digital Wellbeing from my phone from Google Health.
Oh yeah.
Often snore detection while you're sleeping.
It wants you to detect every noise in the night and have anxiety about something listening to you so that you sleep better. He stopped breathing.
I have the weirdest dreams anyway and stuff. Imagine what I'm seeing during me sleep. There wasn't enough me to, live action me. We'll be having none of that. Anyway. Controversy of the week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll stop you there, Jake. You're on mute.
Oh no, how long was I on mute for? Oh well.
From when you did a cough. So
yeah,
it's been I've been talking to myself for a while by the looks of it.
You're always talking to yourself. That's fine. We'll adjust. Dragon's Dogma 2 and its horrible controversy. That's what we're talking about. So people went nuts about microtransactions that were added to the game but don't seem to affect the gameplay too much. It's one of those things where I feel like the bosses were like, hey, you better add microtransactions, and they were like, okay, we'll just add a bunch of crap. Anyway, gamers went nuts over this and were like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And it's like, but I've seen you guys all play Fortnite and not worry about costumes that cost 20 quid. So I think what happened is some streamers got the butt kicked by the video game and then saw this as a reason to like lash out and be like, I'm getting a refund because I don't want to play this game anymore because the Cyclops threw me off a cliff. Like that kind of thing. So everyone's just been causing a massive like crazy online shitstorm about microtransactions, which I do think microtransactions are bad personally. And I try not to buy them whenever possible. And it doesn't sound like these affect the game or anything because reviews happened before these were dropped on a store. And it's like, so people reviewed it and were like, this is great. And like, they weren't saying like, maybe if I could buy some fast travel points, this would, like, the game would be better. So yeah, it just seems like a lot of like fake outrage to me, which is usually
just trying to find something wrong.
Yeah.
Like people do, you know.
It seems so. But yeah, it looks like an awesome game. I want to play it one day.
Hopefully we'll get some free codes from Capcom.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We're trying. Bless us with the free codes.
We could do a stream and I could watch the live action meat getting cooked.
You will. Come meat or high meat water, that'll happen.
Meat or high meat water.
Yes.
Meat water. Exclusively on Gaming Up North.
Aye, after the toilet water subscription runs out.
Aye.
Damn, that's good.
A toilet water box, you know, like you get beer boxes and that.
Yeah.
Gamer Boy toilet water.
Yep. That's my new online screen name. Okay.
Oh dear.
This next one also sucks. But it's kind of died down in the past few weeks from what I've heard. So there was this thing about 10 years ago called Gamergate. I'm not going to give it any respect on its name or anything like that.
Throw some spec on my name, boy.
It was a bunch of baby man gamers who were mad because there was ladies making video games now.
Oh, God.
So they came back because there was this company called Sweet Baby Inc. that sort of discovered had done like consultancy work on some games like the New Horizon and like Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And what these baby men invented was like, they must be the reason that games are woke now. Like they're going in and they're going in and telling the companies to make the games woke, man. So basically they started a massive harassment campaign against anyone who worked there and any women or trans people who talked about it but didn't attack any white males who were
baby men.
Well, no, they didn't attack anyone who was calling them on their shit unless they were part of the groups that they were actively trying to push out of the gaming space, which to me is a very mask off moment where it's like, well, we can see who you're harassing online, so so
we know what you're about.
Just say it. Go on, just say what you actually want. I dare you, but no one ever does. Because I run up against that sometimes in Nerdy Up North when you get a weird comment and you're like, "What do you mean by this exactly?" Yeah,
I've seen you battling with those people, and they still don't have a proper answer for you.
It's because they don't want to say the thing.
Yeah, that's what. Say your bigoted thought out for everyone to see. I dare you challenge me on my thoughts that should just stay inside of me, but I've voiced my opinion on it.
It's dead interesting how people are immediately defensive, and then but so like I said, thankfully it's died down a bit, but obviously it's harassing people online is a crime. And they've done the thing, they're revealing people's work addresses and stuff like that, and it's like
doxing people and that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, of course, that's what they immediately go to for some reason. And the death threats and
because want someone else to deal with it and not them personally.
Yeah, but just I don't know, just go play some other games. There's plenty of stupid games with naked ladies on Steam and stuff like that. It's because
they'll be fine with that. They'll be fine watching that.
Yeah.
Gonna unjiggle a bit more for us. Gonna unjiggle a bit more.
that actually is one of the April new releases. Is basically that the game. I'll talk about it in a sec. But yeah, geez. So I think it's that whole thing about it happens a lot in nerd places. People just want everything to be catered to them, and they're not I don't know, they're not grown up enough to just be like, okay, I won't watch that because I don't like it. I don't like its message. Instead, they're like, I'm going to change the message so that I can watch the new Star Wars and not feel bad about myself.
Change the narrative.
Yeah. Whereas they could just do some self-reflection and be like, and then they would get to enjoy the things they used to like again. But
I don't think their reflection is what they want to see. Some of these people.
Yeah.
Big men. Hog children.
Look at the hog child you have wrought on this world. Right.
Oh God.
That's told the gamers what for.
It has. Stop it. I'll get angry again.
This one was a sad one, but Akira Toriyama died earlier this month, and that was a massive blow to the gaming community and the anime community, and mostly just anyone who's been online in the past, since the internet came about. One of the first things I probably ever did with decent speed internet was download Dragon Ball Z videos. so that sucked. But what was nice is there was a massive outpouring of love all over social media, and it kind of like reset everything for a while, and it was like, there is still good in the world. Like it drowned out any naysayers or anything.
It was nice to see. It was very wholesome.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Definitely. So
for once, I was like looking through like Facebook, and it was just like post about this with nothing bad to say. It was great. It was like there was no gatekeeping, there was no narcissism, there was no like.
There was no like. There was no
nice
criticism, like when people will be like, "Oh well, I haven't done anything good lately." It's like,
well, like off, man.
You saw that before, but then, like I said, it trumped everything. Like people came together. So yeah, rest in peace, Toriyama-san, and Dragon Ball's not going to be the same without you, but it probably will continue for a bit because they can still make video games and stuff, and we can still have the story of Goku forever.
Goku forever. That's a new film, like Batman Forever.
Barney never. Right. So this next one's fun. Unfortunately, it doesn't link up with the live action meat in the way that it should. There's been a new invention that's happened. Smell-o-vision is here for video games. There's this thing that came out called the Game Scent, which is like a little hexagon box that's in the artwork for this episode. That'll be like the YouTube sort of picture, but it's supposed to use some kind of AI algorithm to read what's happening on screen and then pump out scents to match the action.
Oh no. Imagine the horrible things that people are going to get up to with this.
I don't know what I think it's like you load weird like smell cartridges into it, and then it just goes on its own and mixes them together. And then I've heard some people say the nostrils were burning after they were like next to this thing at a convention and stuff like that.
To get Yoda's jockstrap. Nice it smells too.
As far as I remember from what I heard, because they had one on Giant Bomb, and it was like gunshots, racing cars, like meadow and stuff like that. But yeah, have you ever yearned for smell-o-vision, Adam, whenever you've been watching? Or playing a video game?
Not really, no, not at all. No. Some of the games I'm like, oh, God, I can't smell that.
Like, exactly, like Resident Evil, something like that.
Rotten flesh, or like a fucking a gore bag off Fallout where it's hanging up, where it's just all the fucking bloody bones and that. And it's like,
you want to smell me smooth skin? No. I'll not be buying one. And if they send me one, I'm not setting that up in my house.
Just vomiting on the screen.
But yeah, you're right though, Adam. Someone's gonna find a way to be like synthesize like anime girl feet and be like out of chemicals.
Chemicals again, slow chemical.
You'll be able to get off market like versions, like cartridges to load in at the conventions. Oh yeah. Sometimes news stories make you hate being in the world, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to smell your game scent. I don't care who you are.
No.
And then this was the one I just quickly read today. So Microsoft's head of whatever, he's always the guy talking on stage, Phil Spencer, had an interview lately where he said some quite interesting things. It was centering around how the market is at the moment, in that and this is going to be hard to hear for the audience and us. Apparently our generation's market value isn't where it used to be. So what he said is that they need to like be caught in like the Generation Z and stuff. So I guess like our generation's children is who they're talking about. And what he thinks is they don't care about consoles anymore, don't care about console exclusives. I mean, neither do we.
I'm on PC, I don't care.
And we've talked about it before, like where it's just a hassle when things are exclusive to one system. Because we even had that when we're talking about Helldivers. It's like, it's not on Xbox. My PC can't run it. So that kills the group Helldiver stream. But yeah, like so what he said is he wants to tear down these like walled gardens, and he wants to see like more Xbox stuff on other consoles, and he wants to see like the Xbox Live, like the Game Pass storefront like on other consoles and through like cloud gaming and stuff. Okay. And yeah, like I think that's super smart. Like it's just a hassle at this point. Like the consoles aren't that different. So like what are we even doing? Like why can't you just put, I mean, Last of Us does end up on PC and stuff eventually, but what's the harm in it going on Xbox after a few months? Like fair enough, have it be exclusive for a while since like Sony paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we're gonna get like Microsoft Sea of Thieves on PlayStation 5 next month. So
yeah,
they're putting the money where their mouth is, and they're actually putting Xbox game studios games out in other places like on Switch and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it does tear down some walls in the classic Gorbachev sense.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Tear down those walls.
But yeah, I like games. I just want the chance to play more. If I can buy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on my Xbox, that would just make me happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think our generation needs to shut up sometimes, but because we're the ones who are like, we invented the online gaming space, we were the first ones in the internet forums.
Yeah.
We're never gonna let it go. We're always gonna be here being like, what's up with the games, the Gen Z games?
What's up with all this woke stuff?
No, I love woke. Put more woke in games.
Yeah.
I have awoken. Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen the Gaming Up North show before, we oftentimes look at some additional media to go along with the audio portions. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a new trailer for a new Marvel game that got announced, which is Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra. Which from what I understand is kind of like a Captain America versus Black Panther sort of first meeting of the heroes game. So yeah, I'm gonna load that up, and let's see if I can avoid muting everyone. That's my news stories. Don't look at it.
Don't look at my stuff.
Don't look at my stories. Sorry for getting the stream taken down by YouTube, but we shouldn't. It's just YouTubeception. This is a YouTube video I'm playing.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't stole it from somewhere.
Nah. Not like that damn Paul.
I
should put closed captions on or something. So yeah, like, I don't know how you feel about sort of like Marvel back in time.
Not really got any thoughts on it, but
he said the Catman.
The Catman.
Yeah.
Wow.
I quite enjoy like superheroes in the war times, and I didn't think I would, because I don't really like war movies, but then I really liked the first Captain America, and then I liked that Wonder Woman, the first one of those.
Yeah. This does look cool already, I suppose.
It's got that good face tech as well.
Yeah.
And we'll get to punch Nazis as Captain America, which is always fun.
Be
careful.
Oh, look, there's a woman in the game.
Oh no. The woke mind virus.
It's better if I tackle
the woke mind freak.
They've ruined my games. I hope there's some good wrestling moves in this, because they like to throw wrestling moves into the superhero.
Yeah. Good old Uranagi.
I do. I want a German suplex, a German soldier.
Yes.
That looked very like Metal Gear as well.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way. Stand aside.
So maybe we're gonna have like sneaky like sections as Black Panther.
Neither do I.
Imagine if like Captain America just had like some catnip on him.
Catnip America.
On the
Are we
floor.
gonna get a stinger? Are we gonna get a secret thing? No.
No.
Rawr.
Rar. I mean, it looks graphically excellent.
It does. And this isn't like, I don't really know much about this sort of era of Marvel, like comics wise.
Yeah.
That looks to be it.
My stories.
My news. But yeah, that came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting like a brand new sort of like big Marvel game to be announced, but
yeah,
I like it. I like superheroes, but I don't really like, like the last Avengers thing they did was sort of like a fake Destiny thing.
Yeah, it was weird. And it got like taken away, didn't it? It's like it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I think they cancelled it or something, or said they were going to.
Yeah, it's not available on the Xbox Game Pass or anything because I was playing it for a bit, and it was pretty good. I liked it. Like it was all right.
Yeah,
and then it just one day it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we hate that. Hopefully, someone archived it for for the future. Yeah. But then again, those online games also like, does that even work if you load it up? Can someone jury rig a server for it for future generations to know it existed? I suppose there's plenty.
I can't remember which developer did it. Was it like Square Enix or something like that?
It might have been. But yeah, that looks interesting because it gave me some like Arkham vibes, Arkham Asylum, especially with the sneaking into a base full of soldiers.
Yeah,
I think they announced another Marvel game today, which was like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an Overwatch clone. Where you're going to be able to be like Iron Man, the Hulk and stuff.
Or like on a team. Like
yeah. But it looked like, when I say Overwatch clone, I mean like if you saw the levels without like Iron Man on them, you might think it's Overwatch. So like that's a bit scummy. But it's supposed to be free to play.
Oh well, there we go. It's fine, isn't it?
Possibly. But, I mean, I'm not the biggest Overwatch fan. Like Blizzard's a pretty bad developer to work for.
We played it quite a bit at the beginning of the pandemic, didn't we? Soldier 76, my boy. Like,
I would probably end up playing Hulk. I like to think that I like the big characters, but then I'm always kind of rubbish. So I don't know.
Oh, the Juggernaut would be great on there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if they're allowed X people.
Well, it's Marvel, isn't it? So
sort of. They're in a weird spot still, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's as if they don't want to put people in because they're like, oh, well, people will get too excited about Juggernaut being in a movie. It's like, well, then you should put him in a movie if people are excited about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if it's probably going to be like a heroes and villains thing, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know if they'll make you like pick sides or whatever.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. To be fair.
But no, I'm glad the superhero games are coming back because that was like, I learned a lot about Batman through the Arkham games because like, buying comics is like a hassle sometimes, or you just, you have to go to a certain shop to get a hold of them.
Especially living in like at the time. Like,
and just knowing which ones to check out as well, because you might buy like a random volume in the middle of something and you're like, well, I don't
stuff like
and there's like the 50 years of stories before if you buy anything new.
There is one thing that you missed off the list. Vince McMahon's face being blurred out of the new WWE game.
I forgot about that. Yes. So this
Speaking
is like so this is like if you're going through like the WrestleMania story mode when there's a couple of scenes where Vince shows up like next to Charlotte and stuff, where it's just a big blur over his face. But Adam, you've actually been playing this game, so
I have.
Have you ran into any of that like firsthand?
I was doing the showcase mode. And the sort of it's weird, like it wasn't blurred out on mine as such. There was
Yeah.
bits where it was blurred.
Apparently, it's
Even
just
some of the-
parts. Like he's in it on some parts. Like when you're doing bits about WrestleMania 17,
Yeah.
he's just there.
Yeah. But one of the referees' faces was blurred out on some of the cutscenes.
Yes, I'd seen that as well. It's like, what's he done?
It's probably Earl Hebner, to be fair. It's great how like you'll be fighting in the match. You'll be like in the Bret Hart Roddy Piper match from like 1992 or something, and like you do a move, and then like he does like an arm drag or something, and then in the middle of the arm drag, it flicks to real life footage like perfectly.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, whoa, and then like it's like a cutscene, so you watch that, and then like there's a bit where like they roll back into the ring, and they're just like instantly, no lag or anything, no load time. It's like bang, you're standing up and you're fighting again. And it's like, I mean, I know like they should be able to do stuff like that, but it was just mind blowing for a wrestling game to be that seamless.
Yeah. Plus, that's interesting because like if you've never seen the match, like it's a good way to be like, oh, so this is what wrestling looked like in this era and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. As well, like the moves are so seamless. Like there are parts where they're still like, oh, that looked a bit weird because of the angle you did that.
Yeah.
But if you get the move spot on, it's like watching it in real life. It's crazy.
Yeah, because that's
so
always
good.
been a funny thing on wrestling games. Like they would snap into place a lot for stuff, or do weird like turns to do the move and be like, and then be like in a different position to where you started.
Yeah. There's certain moves you do that get them in a perfect position for the next move.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like,
I always like that because like that sucked when you did something and they ended up in the wrong place for whatever you had planned next.
I haven't even been playing as any of the proper characters. I downloaded Will Ospreay that someone made like perfectly off the creations. Like every move that he does is there. Like I'm like, how? And it looks exactly like him when he's doing it. Like he's shooting star press. He's like Hidden Blade. Like he's a massive Assassin's Creed fan. But he does this one called Stormbreaker, which is like a double underhook. Like looks like he's going to like pedigree them, but he lifts them up onto his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then he does this like spin round with them. So like he twirls them in the air and then they smash on the floor. They land perfectly for him to be able to do the Hidden Blade, which is a running elbow smash to the back of the head. And the move just looks like insane because you can do it like seamlessly where they land. You just like run to the corner and then like activate the finisher. And it's so good. Like I spend so many hours playing it. It's great. Like I'm doing like a universe mode at the minute. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's good though, because I do remember that being like a thing that would annoy at times when you're like, well, I feel like the moves should land them in a good spot or kind of like set me up for like a signature, but oftentimes you'd have to like drag them off the floor and then spin people like in the while they were just standing woozy and like turn them around and stuff like that. I'm glad to know people have been working on the tech to make it better, because like that's all you want to do as a kid. You want to set up like a fun like move or signature like situation, and you just want it to play out smoothly. You don't want it to like end in a car crash and everyone's stuck in the corner and it looks like crap for your replays.
I mean, I was doing a Royal Rumble the other day.
Those are notoriously like rubbish on the games, weren't they? Like back in the day.
They've updated it a lot, and it's really good. Like, you can have the ramp facing camera now.
Oh yeah,
but you're not like, where am I? It's like it's zoomed out a bit, so you know exactly where your character is, and it's really easy to flick between the people you're fighting now. And there's loads of different ways to get them out of the ring now as well.
Yeah, instead of just like throw them close to the ropes and then like tap on the button while you like fake push them out. Or
now you can like sling that. Like someone ran in, I think it was like Austin Theory ran in, and I was like, "Oh, you little bastard! I'm going to get you!" I literally just slung him the hardest I could with an Irish whip, and he just went flying over the top. I've never won one yet, though. I've done 3 Royal Rumbles on it, and I've came like 3rd each time.
Starting from the top for you.
The first entrance, and
that's rough.
Going in,
trying to get the achievement, the Kane achievement.
I think my highest like elimination was like 19.
Okay, that's some work you put in.
Yeah, so I eliminated most of them because I just kept on building finishes up and just kept on doing like that Stormbreaker move, just stuns them straight away, and it's great. Like it's. But,
Well, I'm glad you've been
yeah.
enjoying it, because like I say, I haven't been playing much new stuff, just old Mario.
Yeah, well, I'll do. I've seen Gabe posting about making Paul.
Yes,
really
I
cool.
saw that.
It looked really cool. So I'm thinking, oh, should I make like me and Jake and stuff, and then like could do some streams of like.
Yeah, that's something I want to get into this year, is see what silly stuff we can get up to with some character creators and stuff like that.
Although there might be a demand for it, I need to make Pork Chimp on this one.
Yeah, but I think he should be like a man though, not like a gorilla suit.
Yeah, I made a gorilla suit one last time. Could just do the man with the gorilla suit head on.
But weird tattoos on him.
Yeah. You can like upload images and stuff.
Yeah, Chris is saying in the chat that Paul did look great, the one from the and like I made Paul make us that NWO Nerdy Up North logo. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
Those were the days when the stream was all dull looking.
I need a new t-shirt, to be fair. Hint, hint, Paul.
Clothe the man.
I know he doesn't want to clothe me, that's the problem.
Collusion.
Need to be topless and covered in goat meat.
Oh, so that's our entire news for March. Nobody do anything in the next 4 days. Or we'll come for you. Because I'm not doing it. I'm not going to write down another news story until April 1st.
Exactly.
That's the Ramblecast promise.
That's Monday.
Exactly. I'm gonna press enter on the Google Doc. It's gonna shift everything down, and I'm gonna have a header that says April, and that's that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's that. Right. Let's get into some new releases. But we're going to do it different this time. We're just going to hit some things that we actually know about, or I've heard about. So like Adam was taking a look earlier and said he didn't really recognize any of the April games that are coming out. Yeah. Chris has got a hot tip from the chat. Diablo 4 is going to be on Game Pass this month. That's pretty cool. Because I didn't want to pay full price. Yeah, I do like Diablo. I love 3, so I would definitely check it out for free. So yeah, I've just got a quick list here. These aren't in like date order or anything, because this first one is April 26th. Stellar Blade is coming out. Remember earlier? I don't know if it was muted, but I talked about the jiggly butt girl game.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, Stellar Blade is coming out. It kind of looks a bit like Bayonetta, if anyone remembers those games. And she has an outfit that's almost like a naked, like no clothes mode. And I think what the developers have said is this is hard mode. You know, you don't have any armor in this mode, and it's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, skin. She has lots of skin.
They're gonna make the gamers work for the jiggle physics. But yeah, like the gif, the footage I saw was just her climbing up a ladder, and as you can imagine, things were jiggling.
Nice and jiggly.
So this next one's also April 26th, Sandland, which is an Akira Toriyama artwork joint. But seems to be like a kind of weird like Mad Maxy type of RPG, like where you drive around like tanks in the desert, and it's kind of like warring factions like trying to get water from each other, but it's like an RPG, and you play like a little demon bloke, and everyone looks like Dragon Ball characters. So that could be fun if someone wants a giant RPG to play. Okay, this next one's weird. So Braid, the Xbox 360 online game from the summer of arcade, which apparently was 2008 was when we were all playing that. So Braid is having an anniversary edition, and this is the game where it's got like time mechanics to solve puzzles, and so a lot of things have came out about the creator since that came out, and everyone has kind of turned on Jonathan Blow because he seems like a bit of a pretentious, like, you know, artistic weirdo. Allegedly. He basically always makes like the heady thinky games where it's like in Braid, I mean, I shouldn't spoil it, but like I won't spoil it, but there's like a twist at the end and stuff, and it's like, oh, it may not have been what it seems. Which back in 2008, not many people were doing that kind of subversive stuff. But yeah, he said some shite online, as most people have in the ensuing years, and he's lost a lot of good faith in the games industry. Just don't post. Just don't post on social media. That goes for everyone.
Stop it.
Just don't say the thing you were going to say. You know that thing? Just don't say it.
Yeah.
If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all sometimes. Paul's being like, spoil it, we love spoilers. Okay, tune out if you really care about Braid. It's like a platform where you're chasing a princess, and it turns out you're the one the princess is running away from, and who you think is the bad guy stealing our away is just her partner looking after her. So there.
That sounds very ominous, doesn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, you play as the creep.
Yeah, or implying that the man who made it is an absolute creep.
Could be, allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
We've already mentioned Sea of Thieves is getting the PlayStation 5 port, so that's like end of April.
Yeah, we should play some more of that at some point.
We should. It was hard on my computer, but I could definitely load it up on Xbox a lot easier.
So if good old Joe wants to come on and do that again, he can.
Arg. That should be like an all-day thing, because I feel like a few hours wasn't enough to like dig in.
Yeah, it wasn't, no.
And also then some of us could drop out if we're tired.
Yeah. I'm always tired now.
And I think like the only other thing I was going to mention was another port, which is Grounded, which is a game, basically the game version of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But it's kind of like a Minecraft-y survival buildy game where you're like, you know, in the back garden, shrunken down for some reason. But that's coming out on a Switch, PS4 and stuff in April 16th. Now, I did see some footage of this game called Europa, which seems like it's a exploration-y type of game, but looks really nice, you know, like a Studio Ghibli sort of like really high, you know, color contrast.
Yeah.
Nice world for you to jetpack around in. It doesn't seem like there's any fighting, so Europa, if you want to chill out, or if you're one of those
never gamers, chill out, never chill
gamers who smokes the devil's cigarettes, it might be for you. But yeah, me and Adam are never chill. The brain cogs are always grinding things. But yeah, so that's pretty much been our gaming roundup on YouTube. What do you think, Adam? How did it feel?
It was weird at first, but then it felt normal. I'm sure I can get used to it. I don't like change.
Yeah.
But seemed to go smoothly.
It did. I'm sorry I muted myself. It was just because I wanted to cough and didn't want to put that out.
In that part, I was mostly talking. So hopefully it won't have too much of a difference.
Good.
Hopefully, anyway, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it did take people a while to figure it out, so whether that says anything about their attention span or if I actually wasn't talking much. But I was gesticulating. And also there's a delay, so that doesn't help.
Yes.
But no, thanks for telling me.
She's missed it. So just come in.
No bother. You know, because it's good old YouTube. It'll just start again straight after this and be archived forever.
forever.
So that's why you shouldn't always say the thing.
Yes.
Because
Dark Tide forever.
someone can go back and make a clip of it.
Like
But yeah.
Chris and his stuff on the royal family just there.
It's okay. The people can say what they want in the chat. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm not a madman. But yeah, so yeah, we've had a interesting couple of weeks, really, with that big stream we did for our 2-year anniversary on Twitch. That was awesome. But yeah, like gaming up north is kind of hitting a stride at the moment. So we're gonna the Jake and Adam show is gonna be Wednesdays. Goodwill will take us Tuesdays. Lee is going to try and take the Thursdays whenever he can. And like people will pop up on other things, but it's nice for people to have a set time and stuff. And yeah, sorry to the fans if there's like streams almost every night. But we're trying to put out enough stuff so that there's something for everyone. You don't have to watch everything. But yeah, we like it when you do pop in, obviously. And yeah, like any comments and stuff or any, criticisms, I'll take them. I can take criticism. Like any kind of things you might want us to do or anything we could change to be better, like always let us know, because we'd rather know about it than just keep on keeping on and ignoring the audience. But yeah, here's to March then. I don't know I'm not sure what we're gonna be streaming. I think I might continue on with the Mario stuff at some spare time, but we're doing a lot of conventions and stuff this month. Con season is kicking right off.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be at Nerdfest on Bank Holiday Monday.
Yes.
So you'll be
going. The most socially anxious person in the world is going.
We're the two rarest gets out of the Nerdy Up North crew. If you see us on the street, get a photo. Come and say hi. I dare you.
Yeah, I dare you, please. It'll make us like.
I'll have an awkward conversation with you. That's the Jake promise.
Me, man. Exposure.
And then then in that same week on the Sunday, we're going to a horror convention in Manchester. So that's going to be interesting. Where we got free passes for that one. So thank you very much to the HorrorCon. I don't know the name because there's a lot of similarly named conventions, and I do struggle to keep up with everything. So, but yeah, that's going to be fun. That'll be an adventure, like with all of us cramming into Lee's dangerous car. So if half of Nerdy Up North dies and never returns after the 7th of April, let it be known that I love you. And I bequeath the show to you, Adam, in my... Yeah,
well, that'll be a shit show if
in my will.
But, no, Paul, I'm not going topless on Monday, unfortunately.
No, it's not part of his cosplay of Adam.
I mean, nah.
I mean, you could tip the convention over in a feat of strength. That would be fun.
That we'll see.
Could we get you like?
Again by then.
Could we get you pulling a truck outside at some point, like Mark Henry?
Yeah, or bending a frying pan, just like rolling it. Maybe.
Ah, my ulcer.
It's funny though, because if like you did, like I end up doing the show for a while just by myself, it would just be weird things like that. Just get like, what can I bend today? Like,
I think it would be like at the start though, it'd be just like Jake is dead.
Jake is dead. My show now. The order of the hand.
You can come and go on the laptop and get all the stupid layouts and the Sonic B-roll footage that I have.
But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
What about that? What do you all think of that?
What do you all think about that?
Fun fact, that's actually Lee's voice coming out of the Demon Sonic. Update the lore wiki. We should get one of those one day.
Yeah. Will be great.
Oh, Chris says he thinks the Manchester one's called the Mind Goblin Con. Yeah. Mind Goblin. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say Mind Goblin D's. But yeah, I don't know. That's been Gaming Up North's Ramblecast for March. I don't think I got anything else to say. And if Adam doesn't, no, a new character.
Oh, I don't know. I thought about bringing Garb Man back.
I don't think you've ever said that on the air.
I haven't. The Adventures of Garb Man. I don't know why I said that. We were doing a mic test, weren't we? And I was just like, Garb Man.
Is he a combination of garbage and man?
He wears garbage.
That's a good. When he shows up, the game scent fires all of its smell pistons.
Yeah, and it's got multiple smells. And
soiled mattress on this side, kids.
He also lives in the back lane behind Blandford Street in Sunderland.
Okay. Well, if anyone sees him, leave him alone. You heard it here first. Right. We're going to sign off. I still don't have an ending screen, so I think I'm just going to play the theme song again. That seems like the right thing to do. Who knows if I stopped it, though, so it might just blast in, surprisingly. But yes, we've been Gaming Up North, part of Nerdy Up North. Search for Nerdy Up North anywhere. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, anything. You'll find something, any socials. We post clips. Adam does his guitar playing under Adam Ashbridge Music, and there's a lot of different places you can find him. And also all of the shows have some form of his music on, which is very good of him to do.
Thank you.
And we will sort that album out someday. We keep promising it. It's only going to get more tracks on it, though.
I'm a poor musician. I need paying for my work.
Exactly. We'll do a band camp, then we'll do a band Adam Aid for it. Okay, we're gonna go now. So it's a big goodbye from me, and a goodbye from
me.
The big man. The big man. Let's see if the theme song works.
Yeah.